Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH Rebirth of Emperor Yang episode number 15 based on novel. So let's start. Xiao Yan looked at the 7 black fog surrounding him, frowned slightly, and a dignified color flashed across his face. Xiao Yan's eyes narrowed slightly, looked at the 3 Hall Lord again, and said, "There seems to be no hatred between us. What's more, I'm new here. Although I hurt the old devil that day, I don't seem to have done anything to him." When the Yang devil old ghost heard the speech, his face suddenly became fierce. He looked at Xiao Yang angrily, and burst out and shouted, Xiao Yang, if you hadn't attacked me secretly, how could I be hurt by you? Xiao Yang, I'll slap you." Before the words fell, the old devil was in a hurry. Without the order of the 3rd Hall Lord, he made a violent drink in his mouth. The body moved and hit Xiao Yang with a palm. Xiao Yang saw this, but a sneer appeared on his face. The right arm is waved to the front of the body, and then the palm is suddenly grasped into a fist. At the same time, the different fire in the body also emerges from the body surface and covers the whole body. Let Xiao Yang look at the moment and completely become a flaming man with gorgeous colors. Under the package of different fire, Xiao Yang slowly raised his head, a pair of bright eyes lit up slightly, and a bright light flashed through his eyes. Xiao Yang suddenly waved his right arm and shook his body. He rushed to the old devil. Boom! Huge fire waves swept across the sky, blocking everyone's sight. The look of the Lord of the 3 Halls was also slightly moving. Under the black fog, a pair of cloudy eyes emitted a little dark light. This Xiao Yang has raised his strength to the peak of 2-star and half Emperor in just 2 months. It's really amazing. If only because of the awakening of blood, then this Xiao Yang is really amazing. So it seems that Xiao Yang must not stay. This time, we must take him down. The thought flashed in the heart, and a bloodthirsty light flashed in the eyes of the 3 Hall Lord. Just about to make a move, the eyes of the 3rd Hall Lord changed again. With a wave of the sleeve robe, a black energy was played out, and a roar was heard again. The sound was accompanied by a painful call, and the figure of the old devil appeared below the fire wave. Waste. The Lord of the 3 Halls snorted coldly without turning his head, and then his eyes were fierce. The fire waves in front of the Lord of the 3 Halls were directly separated. The fire wave was broken, showing Xiao Yang's figure. Xiao Yang turned around and looked at the 3 Hall Masters. At the intersection of the 4 eyes, a flash of fire flashed, and then Xiao Yang's body suddenly shook and rubbed back 3 steps. The 3rd Hall Lord sneered, moved his body, and hit Xiao Yang with a fist. At that time, the boxing wind roared, and the space around the main body of the 3 Halls was suddenly broken, showing a large dark void space. Where the Lord of the 3 Halls passed, the space was turned into a vacuum. It healed slowly after a good piece of carving. It's all a long story, but in fact it's just an instant. A blink of time is enough for Xiao Yang to do a lot of things, but at the moment, Xiao Yang shows a feeling of powerlessness. Xiao Yang's face was dignified. The 7-star and half Emperor was indeed not easily shaken by him. The gap between them was still too big. The space around your body has long been locked. It's impossible to avoid it. Xiao Yang looked at the closer punch, looked certain, and his heart moved. The blood of the dragon phoenix in his body was stimulated, and pieces of golden dragon scales spread all over his body. As soon as he shook his body and stepped on the void, he rushed towards the 3 Hall Lord in an instant. Yellow spring palm. Xiao Yang uttered a violent drink in his mouth. He really fought with each other and condensed quickly. One was to meet the fierce fist of the 3rd Hall Lord. Boom! A loud noise was sent out, and a wave of fierce energy swept the world, washing away the unfinished fire wave. In the sky, the figure of the 3 Hall Lord stood in the sky, while Xiao Yang was blown hundreds of feet in the roar, and finally embedded in a huge mountain with a burst sound. But even so, the 3 Hall Lord, who stood upright on the void, still frowned slightly. A look of surprise flashed in his eyes, and he couldn't help muttering in a low voice. Unexpectedly, Xiao Yang's body is so terrible. With 30% of my 7-star and half Emperor's strength, I haven't been able to waste his arm. It's really cold. But then, the eyes of the 3 Hall Lord turned cold again and looked at the huge mountain hit by Xiao Yang. The palm of the 3 Hall Lord clenched into a fist again, making a creaking sound, and the dry old dark yellow skin at the knuckles was also a little white. Then the Lord of the 3 Halls disappeared with a flash of his body and the black fog that lingered around him. At the same time, a dark wind blew between heaven and earth for no reason. The yin wind blew, and then formed several wind rolls. With a roaring wind howl, it circled among the people, which seemed quite strange. In the next moment, the three-hall lord who had originally swept away towards Xiao Yang suddenly roared. Roar! Xiao Yang! How dare you tease the lord of our temple? You're dying. The lord of our temple will peel your skin and cramp you today. The lord of the three halls turned around with scarlet eyes, his angry face twitched continuously, and his whole body momentum soared, so that the black fog around him also spread ripples like water waves. What he didn't expect was that under the power of his 7-star-and-a-half emperor, Xiao Yang could disappear quietly in front of him. This made him, a 7-star-and-a-half emperor who had been in a high position for a long time, feel ashamed. The dark wind blew, and then a figure in white appeared in the sky, looking at the three-hall lord with a sneer. The three-hall lord's face twitched, and his fighting spirit was mobilized. With a flash of body shape, he appeared in front of Xiao Yang, and hit Xiao Yang with a fist. Xiao Yang was shocked when he saw this. He lay back slightly with his arms open. The wind stirred under his feet. His figure flashed and disappeared in place. But unfortunately, even though Xiao Yang's reaction was very fast, the fist of the third hall lord still left a shallow fist mark on Xiao Yang's chest. Xiao Yang's figure flickered and appeared 100 feet away. Poof! Xiao Yang took a big mouth, turned red and spit out a mouthful of reverse blood. Then he looked at his chest, where there was a palm-sized blood mark. Xiao Yang's face trembled slightly, and he thought in a dignified way. The strength of the 7-star-and-a-half emperor is really not covered. If I hadn't reacted quickly enough, I'm afraid the punch just now would have been enough to seriously hurt me and lose my combat power. When Xiao Yang thought about it, he felt cold in his back. The 7-star-and-a-half emperor was really not what he could compete with. He can't even take a heavy punch from others. What can he take to fight for his life and death? Why, I'm not sure. Don't you still have a level fighting skill? Will you be afraid of him? Xiao Yang frowned slightly surprised when he heard Yang, looked at the three-hall lord in the distance, and asked Jiyu in his heart. Jiyu Lao, I can understand that you said I have people's level fighting skills. You said in Yogu Hall that the power of Buddha's anger reincarnation has reached the level of human level fighting skills, but does it have anything to do with being afraid of the three-hall masters? Or do you want me to fight with a 7-star-and-a-half emperor with a human-level fighting skill? As soon as the voice of doubt in Xiao Yang's heart came out, Guyo was choked and coughed for several times. Then he stopped slowly. Xiao Yang also seems to be aware of his cognitive error, but he doesn't continue to chase after the inquiry, because he knew that the bone tryst would tell him the answer. Sure enough, after a long time, Guyo finally spoke again. If I hadn't heard what you said here, I'm afraid even a casual person would be angry with you if he heard what you said. Xiao Yang's eyes blinked, as if he felt the man's step fighting skills were unusual. But he still looked at the three shopkeepers calmly. Seeing that the three-hall lord was also looking at himself suspiciously, Xiao Yang put his heart down. Alas, although human-level fighting skills are the lowest level of heaven-level fighting skills, the development of human-level fighting skills is the most inestimable in the whole heaven-level fighting skills. As for the heaven position fighting skill, it is just a general term. The fourth level of human spirit and meaning is called heaven position fighting skill, and the fourth level of heaven and earth Shen Huang is the emperor position fighting skill, which is also divided by the fighting skill classes mastered by people of all strength. It is very common. As for the development of human-level fighting skills, it is because human-level fighting skills are the easiest to practice and understand in the whole heaven-level fighting skills. People's level fighting skills, proficient in cultivation, will use the virtual shadow of the founder, so that the cultivator can control it more easily. It is precisely because of this virtual shadow that practitioners can have the opportunity to understand the mystery, improve the fighting skills on the basis of the original fighting skills, and even have the opportunity to create spiritual level fighting skills. The power of the human level fighting skill is naturally incomparable. Take you for example, if you use the human level fighting skill to deal with the three-hall lord, one move is enough to inflict heavy damage on him. You should understand what I said here. The human-level fighting skill is not so simple. What's more, your human-level fighting skill was created by yourself. At this point, it should be more powerful. So, you can rest assured and go boldly. The words were very long, but it was just a few breathing skills between Xiao Yang and the three-hall masters. Hearing this, Xiao Yang was greatly encouraged. He took a deep breath and wanted to fight with the third hall lord several times. But the next moment, his face changed again. He covered his chest with his palm and coughed a few times. Xiao Yang spit out the bloodstains left in his mouth and felt the faint smell of blood coming from his breath. He couldn't help feeling bitter in his heart. The speed of the three hall masters is obviously above him, and the first condition for Xiao Yang to display the reincarnation of Buddha anger is that he needs enough time. But now, Xiao Yang wants to have enough time to show the reincarnation of Buddha anger. It can be said that he has no chance at all. Although Xiao Yang has Tianjuabu as his help, after all, Tianjuabu hasn't cultivated yet. Even if he tries his best, I'm afraid his speed is at most the same as that of the third hall lord. In this way, coupled with the fierce demons, old ghosts and others still eyeing, I'm afraid I can't have the opportunity to show the reincarnation of Buddha anger. Xiao Yang thought to himself that he was here. His eyebrows wrinkled tightly and his eyes scanned everywhere, looking for a way to escape. After thinking for a moment, Xiao Yang's heart was horizontal. Since there was no other way to live, he had to rush out of a way by force. Xiao Yang's eyes suddenly became cold. The three hall lord raised his eyebrows gently, but he gave a sneer, put his hands around his chest, and looked at Xiao Yang with contempt in his eyes. Xiao Yang's body moved, and there was a whirlwind on the soles of his feet, which disappeared silently in the void. The lord of the three halls gave a sneer, clenched his fists, moved his body, and appeared somewhere in the void. He waved his huge fist and hit it hard towards the space in front of him with a burning wind. Bang! A muffled sound came out, and the eyebrows under the mask of the three main halls wrinkled slightly, and then turned into a cold hum. The body moved and flashed out again. At the moment, Xiao Yang's face was also extremely dignified. He grasped Tianjua's step with all his heart and dodged around. He didn't dare to have the slightest carelessness. Every time the lord of the three halls flashed, he made a dull sound in the air, sometimes with an artificial dull hum. But there was no trace of the man, which also surprised the people in the city below. A moment later, on the horizon, a figure with broken body, blood on the corners of his mouth and blue and purple on his body finally stopped. Xiao Yang breathed heavily in his mouth, and his face trembled at the corners of his eyes. Looking at his ragged clothes, Xiao Yang grinned at the three hall lord and gave a sneer. In the brief confrontation just now, the three hall masters hit nearly 100 fists in total, but there were only a dozen blue and purple places in Xiao Yang's body. Although the clothes and robes were broken, at least Xiao Yang had too few injuries. On the other hand, Xiao Yang also found that his control of Tianjuabu was getting better and better in such a tight state. This is really good news for Xiao Yang. Seeing Xiao Yang's sarcastic smile just now, the lord of the third hall was very angry. He clenched his fists again and shouted, "Roar! You guys, go together. The lord of our temple must beat you up today." The 7 people heard this. Led by the Yang Devil and the old ghost, they all moved. Between the changes of the knots in their hands, a violent drink resounded through the sky came out of their mouth and bombarded Xiao Yang fiercely. Xiao Yang frowned, but he didn't panic. His footwork changed, twisted a strange angle, moved fiercely, and disappeared into the air again. At this time, the attack of the 7 people had already arrived in front of him, but unfortunately, Xiao Yang's figure had already disappeared. Boom! With one blow, the body shape of the three hall lord appeared 100 feet away from the 7 people, but it was a heavy black ruler to meet him. At the moment, the giant ruler, under the fierce punch of the three hall lord, has been forcibly blasted out of a 3-inch deep groove, surrounded by some dense cracks. Seeing this, the lord of the third hall suddenly changed his face. Only then did he react. Xiao Yang teased himself again. His anger soared in his heart. He struck out with one hand and flew the black giant ruler in front of him with one hand. Then he turned his head and looked behind him. Without hesitation, he flew towards the rear with a fierce shock. Boom! The black giant ruler flew thousands of feet with the palm of the three hall lord, and finally hit the ground. The strength of the black giant ruler also bombarded a pit hundreds of feet above the ground, raising a burst of fog and covering all the. At the bottom of Kengdong, next to the black ruler, the space squirmed, and the figure of a man in white appeared. It was at this moment that the three hall lord turned to chase Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang stretched out his hand and pulled the Shen heavy ruler out of the soil. Looking at the 3-inch deep fist print on the foot body, Xiao Yang's eyebrows couldn't help wrinkling, and he also had a little anger in his heart. The Shenchong ruler was given to him by Yarolao, which contains Xiao Yang's many feelings for Yarolao. Now seeing Shenchong ruler like this, Xiao Yang can't restrain his anger. But fortunately, Xiao Yang was not dazzled by this anger. Now Shenchong ruler is almost scrapped. Although there is fire in his heart, the most critical thing is that it is difficult at present. How to solve the current problems is what Xiao Yang should care about most. The matter of Zhuan Chongqi can be solved sooner or later, but if you don't go now, you really don't have a chance. Xiao Yang thought that he was here. The cold light flashed in his eyes. Then he put Shen Chongkai into the ring. His body flashed and disappeared again. After a few breaths, a sharp sound of breaking the wind sounded, and then the figure of the three-hall lord appeared at the bottom of Kendong. Looking at the trace left after the giant ruler was pulled out, the face under the mask of the three-hall lord trembled, gave a loud drink, and thought of Xiao Yang killing the past. Behind him, the 7 figures also had no choice but to catch up. All the people in the city were shocked when they looked at the 9 figures that disappeared and suddenly appeared. Such peerless strong people are usually people they dare not think of, but just today, there are 9 in front of them at one time. How can they not be shocked? After the 9 people completely disappeared from the view of the people in the city, they all discussed one after another. The city, which was still silent a moment ago, became noisy again. Roar. Xiao Yang. How dare you tease the lord of our temple one after another? The lord of our temple will take you down today, and then let you taste the taste of survival and death. At the moment, Xiao Yang is making every effort to show his great step and flying rapidly towards the wild ancient city. At a distance behind Xiao Yang's back, a human-like black fog was chasing him closely. Behind them, 7 figures of ordinary color are also chasing them at a very fast speed. Moreover, the distance between them is also shrinking at a very fast speed. I think it won't be long before Xiao Yang will be intercepted by the three-hall lord. Seeing this, Xiao Yang couldn't help feeling anxious, but he didn't have the slightest way. He had to try his best to fly to the front. The third hall master saw Xiao Yang speed up again, and he also gave a cold hum in his mouth. But then he gave a loud drink and shook his body. His speed suddenly increased to a higher level. He threw away the 7 people who were chasing after him and intercepted in front of Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang is also frowning tightly at the moment. He feels anxious in his heart. If he goes on like this, I'm afraid he's really bad today. I was thinking that a black figure suddenly appeared in the 100 feet ahead of Xiao Yang. This man is the Lord of the 3 Halls. The Lord of the 3 Halls paused and looked at Xiao Yang with endless killing intention in his eyes. He burst out a violent drink and said, Xiao Yang, where else do you want to run? Today you play tricks on the Lord of our temple repeatedly. You must go back with the Lord of our temple today. When your affairs are solved, the Lord of our temple will destroy you to death. Xiao Yang heard the speech, and his forward body also stopped slowly in the void. He looked very dignified in the eyes of the 3-hall lord. After several breaths, the other 7 also caught up and surrounded Xiao Yang one after another, leaving Xiao Yang with no way to escape. All 7 of you beat the lord of our hall. Use your most vicious fighting skills to beat Xiao Yang hard. I'll exhaust his fighting spirit and take good care of him. The 3rd hall lord looked at Xiao Yang and kept giving orders. When he said the word care, his tone was very heavy. From this, we can see how much shame Xiao Yang's behavior today is. The 7 people heard the speech. Although the central thoughts of each people were different, they still raised their hands, and a complex seal knot was issued by several people. Among them, the Indian knot in the hands of the Yang Devil Old Ghost is particularly different. Once the Indian knot in the hands of the Yang Devil Old Ghost comes out, the space around his body fluctuates and spreads out waves of ripples, which looks very powerful. For this, Xiao Yang looked in his eyes, and his heart was also very dignified. The main idea of the 3 halls was a condensation in his eyes. He looked at the Yang Devil Old Ghost in surprise, but he didn't speak. At the moment, the Yenmore Old Ghost has become the object of public attention. And the fighting skill pinched and printed in his hand is also the human-level fighting skill used that day, Shenming Soul-Eating Palm. This move is used. Although Xiao Yang can't see the face of the old devil at the moment because of the mask, don't think about it. Xiao Yang's heart is also very clear. It must be very difficult to use this human-level fighting skill with the strength of Yenmore Old Ghost. Once someone interrupts, I'm afraid the worst consequence is serious injury. When he thought of it, Xiao Yang moved and ran away towards the Yang Devil Old Ghost. The 3 halls saw it, and a cold hum came out of his mouth. He flew forward and intercepted Xiao Yang down. In a hurry, Xiao Yang spread out his right hand and slapped at the 3-hall lord. At the same time, he shouted in his mouth, Yellow Spring Palm. At the same time, Xiao Yang's left hand changed, and his palm had not collided with the lord of the 3 halls, so Xiao Yang took another big mouth. Huang Quan Tianyu. Mao. 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 Boom. A record of heaven's anger in the Yellow Spring was used. The soul of the 3-hall lord was shocked, and then there was a brief absence. Although there was only a blink of time, It was enough for Xiao Yang. With one palm, the 3 hall masters were blown upside down, and Xiao Yang used another palm against the Yang Devil Old Ghost. Huangquan Tianyu. Huangquan palm. Huangquan finger. After a set of fighting skills, Xiao Yang finally appeared in front of the Yang Devil Old Ghost. At the moment, the Yang Devil Old Ghost finally came to the end. Xiao Yang struck out with one palm, and the old devil with scarlet eyes was about to attack Xiao Yang, but he struck in the palm of his hand. Boom! A black energy storm swept away. The 3 hall masters and others were blown out thousands of feet by this energy storm, and finally smashed into the ground and hit a deep pit hundreds of feet wide. Even the old devil himself failed to escape. But strangely, among those who were blown away by the storm, there was only Xiao Yang. The black energy storm swept the world, covered most of the sky, and suddenly darkened the whole sky. 8 black figures were blown away under the energy storm, and their injuries were not shallow. The Lord of the 3 halls climbed up from the ruins, took a big mouth and vomited blood. His face under the mask twitched, took a deep breath of the slightly bloody air, and then moved again and appeared in the sky. The Lord of the 3 halls glanced around, and the place where he came into his eyes was filled with dust and fog. The Lord of the 3 halls endured the pain from his chest, waved the broken sleeve robe, and the diffused dust was blown away. After the dust and fog dispersed, 8 giant pits appeared, and a human shadow was vaguely visible in 7 of them. The 3rd hall lord ignored it, but he scanned his eyes elsewhere, and then his eyebrows under the mask frowned. How could it be? What about Xiao Yang? He was closest to Yang Devil at that time. Yang Devil was seriously injured. How could he be okay? Was it difficult? Xiao Yang was directly killed by that blow. The Lord of the 3 halls had doubts suddenly, but he was also a little helpless. He could not see Xiao Yang's body or explore Xiao Yang's breath. In this way, whether Xiao Yang is alive or dead is not clear in the heart of the 3 hall lord. Moreover, he was worried in his heart. Xiao Yang died, but there was no body, which made it difficult for the 3 hall leaders to work. I'm afraid they will have to suffer when they go back. Xiao Yang didn't die, but he didn't notice the slightest breath of Xiao Yang. In this way, Xiao Yangsheng didn't see anyone and died. The 3 hall lord was even more worried. Blame the Yang Devil. If Xiao Yang can't find it, the lord of our temple will kill you. When the lord of the 3 halls became angry, he blamed the old devil. But as soon as the voice fell, the face under the mask suddenly changed and turned to look behind him. At this moment, thousands of feet behind the 3 hall lord, a figure in white slowly emerged in the space. It was Xiao Yang. At the moment, Xiao Yang's clothes and robes are also a little broken, his face is a little white, and the corners of his mouth are also stained with blood. But on the whole, Xiao Yang's condition is much better than that of the 3rd hall lord and others. The lord of the 3rd hall saw that Xiao Yang was all right. His face changed again and frowned solemnly. Xiao Yang's ability has obviously exceeded their knowledge, which makes him, the lord of the 3 halls, feel dignified about Xiao Yang at the moment. Xiao Yang showed his figure. First he wiped the blood stains on the corners of his mouth, and then he turned his head and looked at the lord of the 3 halls. Looking at the embarrassed appearance of the 3rd hall lord, Xiao Yang grinned, but he didn't have the slightest worry. Then he stood in the void, his mouth turned up an arc, and the heart of the 3 hall lord was filled with anger. The face under the mask of the 3 hall lord twitched violently. If it weren't covered by the mask, I'm afraid people would think that this person has something wrong. Under Xiao Yang's teasing, the 3 hall lord was really angry. He moved and hit Xiao Yang with a fist. Xiao Yang was not moved at all when he saw this, which made the anger in the heart of the 3 hall lord more prosperous, and his fist was strong and fierce. Boom! With the strong wind tearing the space, the giant fist fell on Xiao Yang. But the 3rd hall lord was too late to be happy. The next moment, the expression on his face became wonderful again. Through the mask, we can see that the eyes of the 3 hall masters at the moment are full of incredible looks, and the expression on the face under the mask is also replaced by surprise. After being stunned in the air for a long time, the lord of the 3 halls responded. In his voice, he said solemnly, "Residual shadow, how? How is it possible? With Xiao Yang's strength, how can he have a faster speed than me?" The next moment, the eyes of the 3 hall lord turned to another place, where Xiao Yang appeared again with the roar of a gust of wind. When Xiao Yang's figure appeared, the 3rd hall lord finally responded and said in silence, no wonder you were able to escape my blow so easily just now. I see. It turned out that you got Tianjue's step. No wonder you can easily surpass me in speed with this strength." Xiao Yang heard the speech, But the smile that should have appeared on his face did not appear. Instead, he frowned and was replaced by killing in his eyes to the three-hall lord. Xiao Yang has already made it clear about Jubu this day. The Liu family also told Xiao Yangqian not to let others know about Jubu. But now, I have just succeeded in cultivating the first big situation on this day, the small success of the wind. Unexpectedly, he was recognized by the three-hall masters. Based on this alone, the three-hall masters can't stay for Xiao Yang. Yes, Xiao Yang entered the state of Xiaocheng just when the fierce storm swept through. Although the mysterious soul-devouring palm of the Yang Devil Old Ghost was stopped by Xiao Yang again, the energy erupted from it was enough to make Xiao Yang seriously injured and dying. But the chance came so skillfully. Just now, Xiao Yang broke the wind state of Tianjuabu to the point of Xiaocheng under such a dangerous situation. Xiao Yang also took this great opportunity to avoid this fatal blow. Although he didn't completely escape because of the sudden breakthrough, Xiao Yang was much better than the serious injuries such as Yang Devil and Old Ghost. Xiao Yang looked at the three-hall lord, and his killing intention soared in his heart. The three-hall lord seemed to feel the coming danger. On his face under the mask, his dignified face deepened again. The qi in the body runs all over the body and is ready to face Xiao Yang's attack at any time. Xiao Yang ignored the action of the third hall lord, but calmed his mood and took a deep breath of cool air. The air passed through his throat with a trace of blood smell left in his mouth. The fighting qi in the body slowly ran. Between heaven and earth, a stream of energy airflow gathered, forming a huge energy vortex around Xiao Yang. The lord of the third hall frowned. What does this guy want to do? He dares to practice at this time. Isn't he afraid of death? At this time, normally speaking, it is the best time to attack, but the third hall lord is facing Xiao Yang at the moment. How dare he be careless again? Therefore, although Xiao Yang was practicing, the three-hall lord did not dare to act rashly. Sure enough, the skill in Xiao Yang's body just stopped after a few breaths. Feeling the slightly mottled energy of heaven and earth around him, Xiao Yang raised his hands and looked straight ahead. His hands began to change. Under the change of Xiao Yang's hands, Xiao Yang played them one by one. This video will end here.